As the old saying goes, winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. And winning sure was the only thing running through these people's heads until they experienced a rude awakening. Let's give it up for the top 15 people who celebrated too early. What's up, Factnetics? This is Discovery Amuse, serving up your daily dose of the most outrageous, outlandish, and out-of-this-world fun facts. Keep watching because our number one pick learned his lesson the hard way. Ready? Here we go. Number 15. Sweet smell of victory. It was a neck-and-neck battle between the Croatian basketball teams KK Partizan and Cibona Zagreb, with Partizan leading just by 1 point and with only 4 seconds left in the clock. Cibona definitely made every second count as they executed their offensive play flawlessly and nailed a three-pointer from the baseline. The stunning show of force made the entire arena go wild. Way to go, Cibona! Woohoo! That's how it's done. But wait a minute. Just as the Cibona team was celebrating with 0.6 seconds still left in the game, a Partizan player pulled off a long-range, full-court buzzer beater that miraculously went straight in. Well, that escalated quickly. If you thought that was a nail-biter, wait till you see our number one pick. It's a serious head-scratcher. Number 14. Not so fast. At the 2015 Peachtree 10K in Atlanta, American runner Ben Payne was an early favorite to win the race. I guess he got a little bit into his head while he was just inches away from the finish line. When Payne let his guard down even for just a few seconds, British contender Scott Overall bolted from behind to steal his thunder, winning the race by literally just a fraction of a second. It was indeed a painful ending for the American runner, but being the good sport that he is, Payne took the loss in stride. Number 13. Where do you think you're going? What's up with all these racers celebrating even before crossing the finish line? During the Ironman triathlon in Brazil, French runner Jeremy Jerkowitz was confident, and I mean 100% sure, that he had the race in the bag. Just look at him high-fiving his adoring fans and even walking his way to the tape. Until his early celebration was cut short by his Brazilian rival Igor Amarelli, who came rushing from behind and almost beat the French athlete to the finish line, if not for the French athlete blocking his way. Number 12. Cooking up a mess. Admit it, MasterChef is one of the best guilty pleasures on TV ever. Just watching those home cooks battle it out in the kitchen, only for their finished dishes to be thrown in the trash by the cheeky judges, is both amusing and heartbreaking at the same time. But when it comes to embarrassing MasterChef moments, this girl takes the cake. For the qualifying round, this contestant prepared a frog legs dish in the hopes of impressing the judges with her exotic culinary taste. However, it was clearly not Joe Bastianich's cup of tea. But when it was time to give the verdict, Gordon Ramsay, being the showman that he is, had a rather misleading choice of words.
Congratulations.
Thinking she was bringing home the bacon, the contestant screamed in excitement, only for her dreams to be diced, sliced, and crushed by the MasterChef judge.
I'm the worst dish in this competition so far.
Number 11. Blow to the ego. In January 2019, 8-division world champion Manny Pacquiao went head-to-head against 4-division title holder Adrian Broner for the WBA welterweight title. Pac-Man clearly dominated the 12-rounder, and even the crowd and the judges agreed. The only one who saw it differently? Broner. Immediately after the last round, Broner jumped up the ropes and celebrated his imaginary win. But he wasn't even close, as Pac-Man was declared the winner by unanimous decision. It was definitely a huge sucker punch to Broner's pride. Number 10. La La Last. The Oscars is undoubtedly Hollywood's biggest night, but the cheers quickly turned into gasps when the Best Picture winner was announced in 2017. Legendary actors Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway were tasked to declare the Best Picture Oscar. But when Beatty opened the envelope, it seemed he saw something was off.
La La Land.
While one of La La Land's producers was giving his speech, a commotion was brewing behind him, and you know something is terribly wrong when actress Emma Stone mouths, "Oh my God."
Oh my God.
Roll playback.
La La Land.
Apparently, Beatty was given the wrong envelope by the show's accountants, and the real winner was actually the movie Moonlight.
Sorry, no. There's a mistake. Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture.
Poor Warren Beatty must have felt the slip-up was his own doing. How could anyone do this to Dick Tracy? Number 9. Beauty pageant blunder. During the Miss Universe pageant in 2015, everyone witnessed what will go down as the shortest pageant reign in history. When host Steve Harvey announced Miss Colombia, Ariadna Gutierrez, as the winner, as expected, the Colombian beauty was over the moon, waving to her fans and posing for the press. But after wearing the crown for a full 2 minutes, Miss Colombia's best night ever turned into her worst nightmare, when Harvey re-enters the stage to reveal a major plot twist to end all plot twists.
Miss Universe 2015 is Philippines.
Needless to say, it wasn't Steve Harvey's finest hour.
It was my mistake.
To be fair, just like the cast and crew of La La Land, you can't blame Miss Colombia for celebrating too early because she was actually declared the winner. Number 8. It ain't over till it's over. These guys need to be reminded of the most basic rule in volleyball. Keep your eyes on the ball. During a men's volleyball collegiate league, the BYU Cougars and the USC Trojans were stuck at a 6-6 tie in the third set. The Trojans were already behind by 2 sets, so obviously they couldn't afford any errors. But after a powerful jump serve, which the Trojans thought they aced, they huddled in to celebrate, not knowing that the ball was still alive. Number 7. Shacked in a fool. I'm pretty sure Shaquille O'Neal had a field day with this hardcourt blooper, courtesy of none other than LA Lakers star Nick Young, aka Swaggy P. The Lakers were already enjoying a big lead against the Knicks when Young decided to show off his skills from the top of the arc at the end of the third quarter, but the three-point attempt wasn't exactly a cause for celebration. From swag to drag real quick. Here's another Shacked in a Fool moment, this time brought to you by number 6, Leandro Barbosa. Having confidence in your teammates is a great thing to have for sure, but Barbosa could use some dialing down. In this play, Barbosa managed to save the ball and pass it on to his teammate Jared Dudley, who was unguarded at the three-point line. But even before the ball hit the hoop, Barbosa was already raising his arms to the crowd. Close, but not quite. The Phoenix Suns eventually won the game versus the Hornets, so I guess the celebration wasn't in vain after all. Number 5. Don't mess with the freeze. During a race between innings, this Atlanta Braves fan got a chance to win $100 if he can beat the freeze in a 200-meter sprint. And to make things more interesting, the fan can have a 50-meter head start. Piece of cake, right? This guy thought so too. The man zoomed his way towards the finish line, feeling all confident he's walking away $100 richer. Look at him pump up the crowd, but the freeze was already right on his tail just a few meters away from the tape. Sorry man, gotta go. And it's safe to say the freeze made another one bite the dust. Number 4. Playing the hand you're dealt. Poker players are known to be some of the hardest people to read because keeping a straight face is all part of the strategy. But subtlety doesn't seem to be in this guy's vocabulary. During this game at the World Series of Poker, American player Sang Liu, who had the better hand, or so he thought, was already doing his victory dance even before the last card was dealt. Meanwhile, his Brazilian opponent, Robert Lee Felicio, was waiting patiently and just played it cool. The game was looking bleak for Felicio, but the tables suddenly turned when the last river card was dealt.
Oh my God! No way!
Ah, shoot, that's $1 million down the drain for Sang Liu. Number 3. One more lap. In this clip from the 2016 Cyclocross World Championship in Belgium, it seemed pretty clear the Czech cyclist Adam Tupolik was well on his way to victory, with his rivals trailing behind. Yeah, I'm the greatest of all time, I just made history. Well, he sure made history, but not in the way he intended, because there was one more lap to go. When he finally realized the error of his ways, he tried to make up some ground, but ultimately finished in second place. Number 2, on a roll. During the 2010 World Roller Speed Skating Championships, Colombian skater Alex Cujavanti couldn't contain his excitement over his imminent win. The finish line is so close, I can almost taste it. Unfortunately, his win remained just that, imminent, as South Korean Sang-Cheo Lee grabbed the opportunity to get ahead of Cujavanti and actually win the race by a hair. Too bad the home court advantage got the better of him. Number 1, finish the point. After all the missed opportunities we've covered so far, that bears repeating. Finish the damn point before celebrating. I'm looking at you, Francis Tiafoe. In this clip from the 2019 City Open, Tiafoe finally gained control of the rally against Daniil Medvedev when he successfully retrieved a cross-court pass with an impressive backhand. He was so confident there was no way in hell Medvedev could catch the ball that he even went straight to the sidelines to get his towel, thinking the rally was over. So, which one of them did you think screwed up the most? Let us know in the comments section below. Don't get left behind. Join our fantastic tribe of Factnatics by hitting the subscribe button and turning on the notification bell so you don't miss out on our latest life-changing, boredom-busting content. If you loved this video, then we've got more cringe-worthy moments just for you. Check out our countdown of the top 20 most embarrassing moments in sports. Till then, stay a winner, Factnatics, and see you in the next video.